What is up, guys? The Casey's here, and today we are working on part 3 of our social media app. In this part, we're going to be fixing a bug that we had in the last episode. We are also going to be doing a couple things with our feed VC, creating a cell so that you can tap on that cell to write a post. So let's get right into it. Alright, guys. So first things first, I got the bug fixed. I was doing this on my own, so of course I didn't get to record what I fixed, so I'm going to show you guys in my code what I fixed. First thing is in the download URL, I forgot to put .absolute string, so it was putting a URL in this data right here. Another thing that I fixed was I removed the data from set value and I made it a variable, and then just set the variable, which actually makes it a lot nicer. It was kind of finicky, like messing up when I had the array inside of here. So this makes it a lot nicer. It looks better anyways. The other thing that I fixed is when we are setting the what's it called? The image to the storage, I actually put the child as the image's ID. So right here, it's storage.storage.reference.child image UID, which is an nsuid.uuid string. And another thing I did, which you guys don't have to do, I created a function for setup user. I figured that this might have been a bug, so that's why I did this. Modularizing your code is a good idea, so if you want to do that, it's totally up to you. You don't have to if you don't want to though. So basically right here, I'm calling that function self.setupUser, and then I'm putting in the user UID. So if you don't want to do that, you don't have to, but if you would like, you can completely modularize your code. And in case I forgot to mention something, I'm just going to scroll through the code so you guys can look and make sure yours looks the same. I hope I didn't miss anything, but if I did, there you go. Now, since this part's working, we're gonna get into the posts or the cells, right? A cell is going to have so in our image. I don't think I have the image on here, but basically it's kind of like Facebook, right? You go to the Facebook feed and you see a cell, the first cell that pops up, and it's like share something, or I think Facebook's doing some really cool stuff and they're changing what it says throughout the day, I believe, if I remember correctly, which is pretty cool. So like after work you get off and now it says share how your day went instead of share how your morning went or something like that, which is a pretty good idea. But basically ours is gonna say share something, and it's gonna have your user image there with this like cell, share something, and then the posts are gonna be below that. Okay, so we're gonna create that cell right now, and in our social2 folder, let's create a new group. If you right click on the folder, then you can create a new group. We're gonna call this group VU. My computer. And in view folder, we're gonna create a new file. This is going to be a Cocoa Touch class. Click next. It's going to be a UI table view cell. Okay, perfect. And we're going to name this cell share cell. I think that's a good name. Maybe not the best. Share something cell, I guess. Next. And then create. And there we go. So I think this is a good idea. Maybe I am wrong, but basically in the table view, when it loads, we're gonna call a function which loads some data. Maybe we don't need to do this. So what we could do is we could just in the cell create a function, which isn't called a function actually. What's it called? It's called a it's actually called a method. So we can create a method in the share something cell, which does this, and it saves us a ton of time. So actually, scrap that idea. We don't need that. Well, we don't need to use it right now, at least. We're gonna create a method. And a method, if you don't know what a method is a function, but it's used in either a class, enum, or structure. So it's basically a function, but it's not used in a normal view controller, I guess. Because a view controller is technically a class. So that doesn't make sense to me, but that's what Apple says. So this is considered a method, I guess. Or, yeah, whatever. So this can be called func config cell. Okay. And to configure the cell, we need a user's image, and we need a user. No, we don't need a username, just the user's image, really. So we gotta say user image URL. We'll just get the URL, and then we'll upload the URL. That's fine. String. Save that. We need to import Firebase. Save that. And then let's head over to Google or DuckDuckGo. I don't know if you guys can see this. DuckDuckGo. I have this open just because we're gonna use this. This is from our last social media app, and it just kind of saves time. If you guys want to check out the older code, you can go here. Social media app tutorial. And here, let's go to Firebase. Yeah, I apologize in the last video. The camera was so jumpy, right? I think so, yeah. I think it was pretty jumpy. I don't know why. Must be the beta. I use my iPhone as a camera, so that might be why. Okay, we're gonna go to documentation. Yeah! Yo, this is like the first time it hasn't downloaded an HTML file in a long time. Okay, and we're gonna head to get started for iOS, and then when this loads, because my computer's so slow, we're gonna go to real-time database, cloud function messaging, storage, because I believe in storage it shows you how to upload from storage, which is what we need. Of course, iOS. Why web? No one wants web, people. Okay, iOS, here we go. We got Firebase core. Yes, we got that. We got Firebase storage. Yes. Upload files. Oh no, iOS, people. iOS. Use file metadata. Download files. Download. Yeah, we want to download, not upload. So, anyways, basically what we gotta do here is download the URL. URL error. Well, we got the URL, so why can we download it just from a URL? I think so. What? Look. Because it says, which one is this? Download to a local file. That's local URL. Download in memory? Is this what we're looking for? So we can use NSURL. Okay, so we're creating a reference for the URL right here. So let's copy this code. Command copy. Head back over here, and we're gonna post that there. Paste it, sorry. And the string is gonna turn into user image URL. Okay. And then once we got the reference, we can download it. Get data. So let's copy this. Paste that there. And copy HTTP reference. Paste that here. That should be good. And then We just need to create an IB outlet for the cell as user UI image and then set the image. Perfect. So at IB outlet, oh, capital O. Weak var. What we're gonna call this? User image view. Type a UI image view. There we go, and then we'll just say underneath this user image view dot image equals image. And I might put self right here. Save it. Alrighty then. So we got that part working. Now when we configure this, it should storage. So our reference here should be storage storage dot storage dot reference. Okay, so that's saved. We head to the main.storyboard. Alright, sorry for the video getting jumpy. Pretty sure that's because Xcode was trying to connect to my phone. I don't know what it's doing to my phone. Darn Xcode. Or Xcode beta, I guess. Should have asked me or something like that. I don't know. So I'm gonna force quit Xcode. That's the only thing I can do. Reopen it. So here we're gonna just say, I'm gonna post the code. This is from the last one that I made. Of course we're gonna delete this part, but the cell identifier, ooh, we gotta add an identifier. That's probably gonna be share something, so. Okay, and it's gonna be of type share something, so. And it's gonna be cell.config cell, and this is going to, we're just gonna leave it empty right now. Perfect. And then when we load, let's just call a function right here. Func get users data. Whoa. And we're gonna, of course, call the database. We know who the current user is, so we can go say database dot database dot reference dot dot child. It's gonna be users, of course. Users. Oh. Dot child. Data service. No, we don't have data service, do we? This is, we have to import keychain wrapper, I guess. Oh, we already got it. So we can say keychain wrapper dot standard dot string for key, and then whatever you set it for. I think mine's UID, and that will be the current user dot observe single event, and data type is going to be dot event or dot value with snapshot. So we just had to force unwrap the string for key because we're saying there's a value there, and if there's no value there, we honestly don't want a user to be using the app, so that's fine. And at this point we know there has to be one, otherwise they wouldn't be on the feed VC. Okay, and then we're going to take this snapshot and we're going to create a variable up top, var current user image URL string, and we can set in the cell the user image is going to be current user image URL. There we go. Save that. So So we don't have to worry about that anymore. And we're gonna copy this code from my other one. I'll post it in here. So I got this code from my last app, of course. I'm gonna modify some stuff here. Okay. So we're gonna say, did I say there's a let? No. Okay. Current user equals post dict user image. I believe that's what we named the image, and that should work. Data snapshot now. Okay, so this is basically all we need here. What's up with this? Okay, I guess we can indent this one more time. Oh, the other way. Say that. Okay. And then we have a little error here. Add a string. Perfect. Gotta say self. So basically here all we're doing is calling the current user. We're going to users and we're going to the user's ID. Then we're getting a snapshot and we're taking the children of that snapshot and we're putting it into no, we can't do this. Bad idea. I've done this before. It's very bad. Snapshot.value. Now, you know what? I forgot to do something. We created this function, but we actually never even called it. So let's copy this. Post that in the view to load. Save that. Alright, so I just created a new account. We sign in, and looks like nothing's happening. I think I might know why. In self-row, we need to copy the identifier and go to the main.storyboard and paste that identifier onto the cell. Identifier. Yep, there was no reuse identifier. That's probably what was going on there. So let's create a variable right here. Let's say let UID equal, and then let's get this out of this little function right here. And let's just say UID. And let's also make sure that that's what I'm supposed to be calling. UID might not be. Alright, I don't know. This must be a formatting error with the beta here. Let me go to view controller. So UID is the correct child. So this should work in theory. So it's basically saying that this doesn't exist. I'm hoping that this isn't trying to load before this is called. But one thing we could do is reload the table view after this is called. Let's see if we're getting here. Let's make sure we're getting here in the first place. So we are calling this imputed load. Let's print and see what UID looks like. Okay, and then let's run this. Alright, so we do have the UID that is working properly. But but it is not calling this right here, which is interesting. Okay, so let's delete the dot value. Let's just say snapshot, which then we could just literally say kind of copy. But we're gonna leave it like this. So if there is a snapshot, then we're gonna continue. Let's see if that fixes it. Okay, so I guess it doesn't like that. We'll just delete it then, or comment it out for right now, I guess. Putting in a snapshot with children all objects. Ooh, there we go. We need an end bracket. What about snapshot dot children dot all objects? Does that work? Okay, so I don't know why, but now all of a sudden this is popping up. So we're gonna say, we're gonna copy this little bit of code in Firebase's database, and we're gonna replace this. That, and we're gonna run this, as it now should work, if I'm not mistaken. Let's delete right here. Alright, let's run that, just like so. Should work now. The last one, of course, wasn't called properly, so it was never executing. Okay, so it's still not working properly. I'm gonna figure out this bug, and in the next episode we'll have this finished, and then we'll start working on the posts, getting those fixed. I want to thank you guys for all the nice comments. I'm sorry to cut this video short. I've been recording for a lot longer than what you guys see, and my phone's about to die. So I'll see you guys in the next video. Thank you for all the nice comments again, and have a good one. Peace out.